Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia. You can find me on Instagram as Miss Claudia. You can find me on YouTube as Miss Claudia, but you have to search it as Kenyan YouTuber because we are many Miss Claudias outside here. So guys, I know it's been so long since we spoke about this, but guys, pray for me because I can't do consistency and I'm all idle, all idle. Like there is nothing that I'm doing. So of late, I haven't been going to events, haven't been going out, nor doing makeup. So I decided that my hobby should be what I present to you guys. And today we are going to do a very different video. This video is about a movie review. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. So the first video review, I think I'll do this like in 3 parts. So this first video, I know, I like talking, and if I start describing a movie, it would also take long, and I don't think that these 3 movies will fit in this, like in this video. So I have to divide them and then do it in part 1, 2, 3, or 4, and even 5. So for today, we are going to do, these are the top movies I've watched. They're like the top 5 for now. So this is the first video. The second will be probably next week, or should I do like weekly? I can't keep promises because all my videos have been saying this and I haven't even fulfilled any of it. So close your arms. If you like these reviews, tell me. I'll ask it on my YouTube studio, in my Instagram page. If you like it, you should follow me. And please, I'll ask a question, so please ensure you comment, but follow me so that you can get to catch up with me. So today, on our first part of this video, since I've been indoors and I like watching, so this is what I present to you. So the first movie is, these all are soaps. So the first one is called Legend of the Blue Seas. This is a movie about like a future and a past life of 2 people who get to meet every time in their past and future life. And also these guys, these main actresses, also meet those who wanted to kill them in their past life or to fail them in their past life, in their future life. So guys, I hope you enjoy this. If you do enjoy, remember to subscribe, like, and watch these videos. You can also share so that your friends can know about this channel. So guys, Legend of the Blue Seas is about a mermaid. This mermaid falls in love with a guy. So they meet in their past life and in their future life. And they get to not remember this girl. This guy gets not to remember the girl because a mermaid can erase your memory with her forever. So this girl, let me see if I can add the volume. This girl, okay, the movie starts with the guy going for a vacation. Before this vacation, this guy is a very good actor. Like, he's so cute. He's so good at acting. Like, he can act in any part. In his garage, he has an ambulance, he has a police car, he has whatever, everything. Like this, everything that you require to have a profession. Like each profession, he can act in that profession. So in his wardrobe, he has this fireman's cloth, he has blah blah blah, he has suits, he can act as anything. He can act as a celebrity. In this movie, you can see that like these Korean movies are so long, but when you start from the first episode, like you get so addicted. So you can watch up to 36 episodes. Like there is a movie I watched 36 episodes, and each episode, the latest episode has 30 minutes. 30 minutes to 1 hour, 40, 1 hour. So this guy gets to con an advocate, whatever, I don't know how to call it, but a law firm. Yeah, that's the correct word. He gets to con a law firm. So he pretends to be a lawyer, but first, before he enters in, he pretends to be a cleaner or a cleaner, I guess. So he gets inside, he cleans. Then they go into the farm when people are outside for lunch. Then they con the place, because the first guy is good at acting as a lawyer. The second one is the the best secretary you could ever have. Like he can arrange for everything, anything. Like he can arrange for you to meet anyone. So he arranges for this guy to meet the client who is going to make this farm. Like he has a big case, you know, like I can describe it, a big case that these guys just get money when they get to do this case. So they do that case and get a lot of money. So the other guy, the third guy, there are three friends. The third guy is good at these electronic things. So he gets to distract traffic. So these guys, when they're out for lunch, on their way in, these guys get to distract the traffic. So after the distraction and the stealing from the farm, these guys go for a vacation. Everyone goes to their different places. So when the main actor is at his hotel, he's sleeping, I guess. When you arrive and you're tired, so he was sleeping. Then he hears things moving, like movements up and down, up and down. So when he gets to see what was happening, he gets a girl in his wardrobe. This girl is wearing his clothes. So he wonders, this girl does not speak. She doesn't understand. So when he goes closer to him, this girl beats him. You know, like she's so strong. So this girl beats him. And this guy calls the police. So when this guy calls the police, he notices a bangle, a very expensive bangle on this girl's arm. So that bangle is what this guy follows. So he goes to the police station and brings back this girl. He tells the police that he knows her, but he wanted to punish her, something like that. So this girl comes back with him. This guy goes to he's a con man. He goes with this girl to the mall, does her shopping. She buys her clothes, she buys her everything. This girl does not know how to speak. So this guy cons the girl the bracelet or the bangle. Yeah, he cons her the bangle. So the guy goes with the bangle and leaves that girl at the mall. So he feels guilty, very guilty, and comes back for the girl. You know that this is love. This is love. And these guys had a connection before they came back to new life. So this is new life. You live in the city. The old life they used to live, they used to live in the village. So in the past life, this girl was captured by the king of that area, like the acting king. This guy was supposed to be the new king of that area. You know, guys, I can't remember their names because these names are so fucking hard to remember or even to spell them. So what do I name this girl? So this guy, so that you can remember him. I don't remember. You know, they like those names like Changwong. I don't remember. So this guy, let's name them. Who? I don't know if I should give him the name Main because he's a main character, or so let's name him Handsome. And this girl, I'll name her Beautiful because that's the end. That's what it was. So this Handsome was to become a king of this area. So the previous king had captured a mermaid, and he was excited because he was like, oh, this mermaid will give us, he will rate our economy because we can burn her and sell this oil so that we can become very rich. So this oil will never finish. Like, this guy was old, so I think that's why he thought that his oil will never finish, because he was old and he could die at any moment. So the oil is old and we can't finish it because your lifespan is almost over. But this guy could finish the oil. So I don't remember how, but you know, when this girl speaks from her heart, like, she can't speak from her mouth because people won't understand her. And if she speaks from her mouth, some people just hear what you want to hear. Like when I say, my name is Claudia, you can hear what you think I'm saying. But this girl, in real sense, she speaks in the mermaid language. So Mr. Handsome hears her speaking from her heart. She says, I'm scared, please help me. So Mr. Handsome distracts the previous king from killing the girl. I don't know what she does, but he does, but he becomes the new ruler and he makes his laws, and this guy is captured, and when this guy is captured, he is locked in a cell. So Mr. Handsome gets to rule the place. But this guy keeps saying that he would kill him. He would kill her if he gets a chance. So Mr. Handsome does the protection thing. So Mr. Handsome, you know, when this mermaid is out of water, she gets her feet. Because if you get to 18 years, you get your feet when you are out of water. And when you're back in the water, you get the tail. So Mr. Handsome saved the girl. The girl got her feet and she hid. Some people died due to this process of hiding the mermaid. Some people, some people died, the friends of Mr. Handsome. So these friends of Mr. Handsome are still the ones in the new world. Do you understand me? Ama niongee Kiswahili. Marafiki wa Mr. Handsome ndio bado wako kwa hii dunia mpya. Like tumekuwa kwa dunia mzee. Watu wote wenye walikuwa wanataka kuua mermaid are there, and the new ones, au watu wote bado wamezaliwa kwa new life. Like this whole movie believes in the new life and old life thing. If I want to die, I say that, oh, I am poor in this old life, but in the new life, I wish that I be rich. And this could happen to you. You could be rich. That's what this movie believes. Something like that. I don't know if this is the original belief or this is just, yes, if you understand, you understand. So Mr. Handsome in the new life steals a bracelet, not a bracelet, he steals a bangle from Miss Beautiful. So he gets guilty, he goes back for the girl because the girl can't speak, the girl can't do what? So if you tell her to wait, she will wait there. So the mall was being closed and Mr. Handsome has left this girl here. This girl does not know where to go. So she was chased outside the mall. So she just stays there outside the mall. Because if it was raining, if the rain rains on her, she becomes a mermaid. And it's far away from the sea, like it's a distance from the sea. So she anakaa hapo chini ya mall, ndio mvua ikinyesha isimnyeshe. Mr. Handsome comes back for her because the guilt, the love, the affection, everything in this movie is crazy. So Mr. Handsome comes back for her. This girl, Miss Beautiful, does her best to understand what human beings do. So the whole night she watches a movie. She watches a movie, like many movies, and she absorbs everything that they say in these movies. So she becomes good at speaking. She starts speaking. She can't dress well. So they travel. This Mr. Handsome has conned some people from the city and goes for a vacation in another city. So the people who are conned come back for Mr. Handsome, come to look for him. They track him and find him. So Miss Beautiful is a very good fighter. So she fights the people and they manage to escape. So Miss Beautiful is like, this Mr. Handsome is like, girl, we can't move with you. My life is very dangerous and I can't be moving around with a lady. They'll keep following you because they think you are my girlfriend or something. Sorry. So Mr. Handsome abandons the girl. The girl goes back to the sea and she erases all that happened between them. Like everything, from the way they met to everything. So when they were running away, before we reach there from this Mr. Handsome, what? Mr. Handsome is afraid of heights and they can't run anymore. Like this is the last place that we can run and it's around the sea. So let's jump. Let's jump. If anyone dies, it's because we've tried and we are not killed by human beings. So they jump. So while they're in the water, Mr. Handsome does not know how to swim. This was even before in like their past life, the girl saved Mr. Handsome because he didn't know how to swim. So Miss Beautiful, while they're in the water, Miss Beautiful sees that this life can't make my friend. We can't be running all around this life and being shot. So Miss Beautiful runs from this life. So she erases all of the Mr. Handsome's memories with her. So Mr. Handsome wakes up at the shore of the sea and he does not remember anything except a word, I love you. That's the last thing Miss Beautiful said after erasing his memory. So the word I love you remained in Mr. Handsome's memory. So Miss Beautiful goes back to the water. So Mr. Handsome goes back to the city. At the city, the only thing Mr. Handsome is dreaming and thinking is, I love you. So this movie is like going to the new life and the past life. So let's go a bit in the past life. In the past life, Mr. Handsome was to marry a woman, but he didn't marry the woman because he liked Miss Beautiful. But Miss Beautiful erased his memory. But on the day of like marrying this woman, Mr. Handsome remembers Miss Beautiful. You know, the one you love cannot forget your memories. Even if she erases them, Mr. Handsome can't forget about her. So he does not marry the woman, but goes back to find the girl. But as they are going back to find the girl, you remember the guy who I told you was arrested? He's also still looking for Miss Beautiful because they want to kill this mermaid that they've been seeing in their village. Because Miss Beautiful kept going and coming back, going and coming back. She would even stay in the water for 3 years and come back. And still these guys would want to kill her because they don't remember. Because Miss Beautiful could not erase their memories, but she managed to erase Mr. Handsome's memory. So Mr. Handsome starts looking for this mermaid again. So all the people, these enemies and Mr. Handsome are looking for the mermaid. So they said that they will kill Mr. Handsome because maybe he has refused to marry this girl. Maybe she was the queen's daughter. So you've refused to marry our girl, we're going to kill you. But Mr. Handsome does not care. He goes to the sea to look for Miss Beautiful. When he's in the sea, Mr. Handsome sees those bad guys coming to kill the mermaid. So there is this guy who killed the mermaid. This remains a puzzle in the movie till the end of the movie when we see who kills the girl. Like, it's these people with the jealous. So we see in the past life. So in the past life, Mr. Handsome saves the mermaid. So he's the one who is shot with an arrow. But in the new life, we would see that Miss Beautiful is the one who saves Mr. Handsome. So they continue with their con life. This is so beautiful. Like, they con people, and this, yeah, when he went back to the city, he couldn't remember, and the only thing he remembered was, I love you. So this Miss Beautiful went to the water for some time and came back to the sea, to the land. So he traveled for many days because, you know, like, I am in Mombasa and I'm to come to Nairobi so I went to Nairobi for vacation. Imagine how many days it would take me to walk by foot. So Miss Beautiful does not know people take buses. He does not know people take planes. So she walks from Mombasa to Nairobi. You know how many days it could be. So when she comes to the city and she does not know whom she is looking for, she asks everyone, do you know Mr. Handsome? Do you know Mr. Handsome? People tell her that we don't remember. Someone like her, she does not have shoes. Like, she just collects, you see these shoes that remain in the shores of the sea when people, she just picks anything and dresses. So people think that this woman is crazy, but she's so beautiful. Like, everyone is just looking at her like, oh, this woman is crazy, but her skin, man, you know, in Korea, your skin is the most valued thing. Like, if you have a skin, bruh, sales, you're very high. So people think she's crazy. So she looks for Mr. Whatever, Mr. Handsome. She looks for Mr. Handsome. She does not see him. But, you know, in these soaps, like, Miss Beautiful is here and then Mr. Handsome just passes. You know, these soaps, how they trick us. That's what was happening to her. But this movie was so long and I watched it for so long. I don't remember what happened. Then they bumped into each other. So they started living together. This Miss Beautiful had no name because she's a mermaid. Mermaids have no names. So they give her a name. So these three guys live together, the three friends I told you from the past. They live together. So they're living together and Miss Beautiful is there. Every day is getting better. Miss Beautiful is becoming more stylish. People are becoming more attracted to her. She's making friends. So Mr. Handsome does not remember where her mother is. When he was young and she lived with the stepmother harassed her. Like, she just passed through a lot and he decided to move out of the house. So when he moved out of the house, that's what made him become a con man, because this is the only means of survival in the city. Like, I can't work because I don't have certificates to work. I haven't gone to university. This was the only solution that he could think of. Like, he's very smart of it. He found a guy who conned him. So they are very best friends. This guy cons you, and then you become the best conner than him. Like, he becomes your secretary. That's what I mean. So this is life. Like, they become con men. Then Miss Beautiful joins their group. Like, she doesn't know anything, but these guys make her become a con artist too. So they con people. I tell you, life is too small. Like, the world is too small. You get to meet people from your circle and you don't know them. So they con men. You remember when I told you, like, this guy was to get married to a girl, then he abandoned her on their wedding day. So this girl in this new life, Mr. Handsome has a girlfriend, but he does not like the girlfriend. So they are to get married, but Miss Beautiful comes into their life, so it becomes even more distant. Like, their relationship becomes more distant. But you remember these three guys, like, you know, love circle, like, they date each other. Like, these three guys have fallen in love with Miss Beautiful. So Miss Beautiful lives on land for so long. Her heart, when you live on land for so long, when you're a mermaid, your heart becomes weak. And when you're not loved the right way, your heart becomes weaker and harder. So you have to go to water or you will die on land. So Miss Beautiful goes back to water. She erases the memory of Mr. Handsome again and everybody who knew her, and goes back to water. Then she comes back again and makes, like, she starts introducing herself. Nobody remembers her, so her heart becomes sad. So this Mr. Handsome knows that, you know, when I told you that, like, if you are the real love, you don't forget everything. So he tells her that, you know, I remember this and this. So I told you also they hear voices. Like, when Miss Beautiful speaks from her heart, Mr. Handsome hears. So that's how they communicate. So Mr. Handsome knows that Miss Beautiful is a mermaid. So he chases everyone from the house and makes Miss Beautiful comfortable. So one of the friends found out that she's a mermaid, and he wanted to sell her. Like, you know, these mermaid shows, he wanted to sell her as a mermaid. So Miss Beautiful, you know, she's very crazy. She's so dramatic. Like, she has done crazy things. Like, if you watch the movie, you can. No, I'm just reviewing because I don't want this video to be so long. So Miss Beautiful goes for swimming in the pool, and this friend comes and sees her, and he wants to sell her and make money. Like, you know, per day he wants to make a million won. You don't even know their currency now, 1,000,001. And this is impossible. Like, how could you? This Miss Beautiful felt so bad, and she decided to erase his memory. So after erasing the memory, she didn't go back to the water. So Miss Beautiful is becoming more stylish and more what, but she has a friend in the streets, like her friend in the streets, so they become so big friends. You remember the small girl that I told you, when she could hear the voice? I don't know if I've told you, because I've recorded this video more than once, and there is a small girl from the past life who could hear Mermaid's voice. So she's also in the new life, and she can hear Mermaid's voice, because the reason is her parents are mermaids. I think maybe she's adopted and she's a mermaid. Like, they don't know she's a mermaid. So this is her life. She has never been a mermaid. Maybe she was a collector. She was picked from the shores of the sea. I don't know how she managed to be a human and a mermaid at the same time. So to cut the long story short, these guys went to con Mr. Handsome's girlfriend. They didn't know that this was the family of Then when they were still conning the guy, you know, I told you this is the secretary. So this guy calls himself a celebrity. He's Mr. Kim, her wife. So, like, she's dressed so well, they become a celebrity. Life is too short. Like, the world is too small. When they were stealing, in this picture, yeah, when they were stealing, they didn't know. So when these guys came to visit, you remember when I told you the boy lost her mother when he was young? So after many years they meet, and the boy brings her mom home. So the mom was the maid to girlfriend of Mr. Handsome. So the family of the girlfriend comes to visit Mr. Handsome because the maid was here. So Mr. Handsome is caught. You are the con man who came to steal from us one day. So Mr. Handsome, like Miss Beautiful, erases their memory, and they can't remember that Mr. Handsome conned them. So they get saved from this life. So this Mr. Handsome made a father. This whole story is about fighting for his wealth. This man was too wealthy. So Mr. Handsome is the stepbrother. You remember when I told you that there is this guy who threw an arrow which killed them? So this is the stepbrother of Mr. Handsome, and they are very rich. Like, the father is so rich. The father is about to die, but the mother, the stepmother to Mr. Handsome, is the one killing her. So the last day when this Mr. Handsome signs the will, the Mr. Handsome's father signs the will, this woman kills Mr. Handsome's father. Like, he puts poison in her drink, in his drink. So the police come and arrest them. So this Mr. Handsome's stepbrother also loved Miss Beautiful. So he becomes jealous. He says that you are the real son and you cannot even afford to get your father's will. This will was given to me. All the money was given to the stepbrother to Mr. Handsome. So Mr. Handsome does not want this. They kidnap Mr. Handsome, the mother, and the stepson. The Mr. Handsome stepmother and the stepson kidnapped Mr. Handsome. And when they kidnapped Mr. Handsome, the other con man who was acting like a police, because they look alike, he looks alike like this biggest police in this area. So he acts like the police and cons people. So this time he's caught. The police tells them, if you give us permission if you give us evidence to arrest your stepmother, we are going to leave you for all the sins that you have done. Like, you've conned so many people. So if you give us reasons to arrest your mother, like full evidence, we are going to release you, and we are going to work with you, like, to get other conmen and to get other. So this guy gives them evidence. Like, he gives them evidence. He goes there. His father tries to call him. Like, they are not best of friends with his father. So they decide to become friends at the end, and his father is dying. So this becomes so hurtful, because imagine this is the first time you're getting to connect with your dad, and blah blah blah, your dad dies. The same as the real mother to Mr. Handsome approached his father, but his father could not recognize him because his stepmother was poisoning him, so he was about to die. So he could not recognize him because his eyes were like his eyes were destroyed, so he couldn't see. So this mother felt that this man is trying to avoid me. So until the end, when this guy died and all the evidence was collected, then the stepson decides to kill himself. The movie is so good. The stepson decides to kill himself. The stepmother is arrested for life. Then all the will remains to the man, to the Mr. Handsome and Miss Beautiful and their mother, and then they still live together. Everyone still lives together before they arrest the stepbrother to Mr. Handsome. So this stepbrother feels bad that his mother is being arrested and decides to shoot. You remember when I told you that Mr. Handsome is the one who saved the mermaid in the water and gets shot with an arrow? So this stepbrother was the one who shot the arrow. So this time he shot the gun and they are killed. So he kills the Mr. Handsome, but Miss Beautiful comes and takes the shot for the guy. So that's the end of my review. I hope it's so useful. You can try to watch the movie. Like, this is so amazing. So guys, thank you for watching my video. See you in the other video, the other video. So guys, bye. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, share, and like the video.